Coming up on UT 10 News, we look into how the university is preparing for a future water crisis.
And we'll also highlight changes to the landscaping on campus that took place over the summer.
Plus, Guyton Matthews covers the Rockets hitting the road for the weekend and looks ahead to football's matchup with Ball State. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nadine Armouche.
And I'm Lydia Sims. UT has become one of 70 colleges under investigation for not properly handling and processing sexual assaults on campus.
Over the summer, I spoke with a student involved in one of the investigations.
A student can be expelled or suspended for plagiarism, but they won't be expelled or suspended, in my case, for rape.
On September of 2013, this University of Toledo student was a victim of rape. Now, a year after the incident, she is filing the Title IX and Clery Act against UT. The victim told me that she had been drinking that night and that they had been just hanging out. She also tells me that she didn't file a police report after the incident occurred.
Because I wasn't ready to even label it as rape.
It took her months to tell someone about the incident. It wasn't until her advisor took her into her office and demanded to know what was going on.
I just broke down and just started talking about that night. And she just looked at me and she just was like, "That's not okay that you say no." I said, "Yes." I said no. I told him I didn't want to. I said no more than once. And then she was just like, "What do you think happened?" And then I just started to cry and I was like, "That's a rape."
This is when she admitted to herself that she had been assaulted. After that, she went through a hearing in order to tell her side of the story. She tried to get the campus police involved, but they said they couldn't help her because it happened off campus.
It kind of made me upset because it's like we're both students. A rapist is a student. I should be able to report here.
The university charged the offender a $25 fine, 10 hours of sexual assault education, and 1 year of probation.
So I don't believe that the sanctions that were imposed upon him, that were agreed upon by the university, was good. I don't think that it was acceptable. I don't think it was beneficial.
Last week, I spoke with Chief of Police Jeff Newton at an event the university held to address the complaint to student leaders. Newton says this year there will be new changes to the sexual assault policy regulation.
Some of those regulations relate to primary prevention education as it relates to sexual assault, and also include some new categories such as dating violence, relationship violence, and stalking.
The university plans on training more sexual assault advocates. If you or anyone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, you can visit Rocket Hall 1810 or call 419-530-3431. Are you still drinking bottled water because you don't trust Toledo Tap? Reporter Chris Dyer looks into UT's reaction to the water crisis that landed the city in the national spotlight this summer.
This summer, UT had to shut down parts of its campuses because of the Toledo water crisis. We want to know, what has UT done to prepare in case of another water crisis?
With UT back in session, many students are worried that there's no plan to supply water if another ban occurs. Associate Vice President for the University of Communications, Jonathan Strunk, informs us of UT's plan.
There's several tens of thousands of bottles of water on campus now spread in various areas across campus that would be used in the immediate aftermath if a do not drink order were to be given.
Omar Bedawi was here during the initial ban and shares the same thoughts as many other students I spoke with.
It was a chaotic environment, but I think there was a lot that was learned from the water crisis.
In the case of another water ban, UT will make special efforts to provide water and food on campus. Two sources would remain open, the Student Union Diner and the Four Seasons Bistro on the medical campus. Also, UT has a contract in place with Pepsi to quickly provide more water if we were to run out. The UT alert system will inform students in the case of another water crisis.
Returning UT students may have noticed a change to campus.
That's right, Nadine. And Cody Smith has more information about the university's new look.
Over the summer, the University of Toledo decided to give its campus a makeover. Landscaping materials such as trees, flowers, shrubs, and hanging baskets were distributed across campus. Although the university believes the new scenery looks nice, it's the students' opinions that matter. I asked second-year IT student Seth Strawn his opinion about the new landscaping.
I think the plants around campus really has enhanced the style of this campus. As you can see, it's not just a flat, land in front of Memorial Fieldhouse anymore.
Still, people wonder how UT was able to fund this project. I talked with Director of Grounds and Off-Site Facilities, Doug Collins, about the financial aspects.
Part of the funding was done in collaboration with the Provost and also our facilities maintenance capital dollar.
The university hopes its efforts do not go unnoticed and help with future recruitment. I'm Cody Smith for UT 10 News.
A national tradition has made its way to the university. Desmond Smith caught up with the fraternity that brought this event to campus.
Pi Kappa Alpha hosted their first Firemen Challenge this Saturday outside of the University of Toledo's ROTC building. Pikes said other universities have been doing the challenge in previous years, but this is the first time the Toledo Pikes have participated. The challenge was composed of 3 different events: the water hose relay race, a fire truck pull, and a fireman uniform relay race. All of the proceeds raised at the event Saturday was donated to the Toledo Fire and Rescue Foundation. I spoke with Zach Obert, the philanthropy chair of Pi Kappa Alpha.
What the Toledo Fire and Rescue Foundation is when people are lost like that in the line of duty, that foundation is what helps their family out.
About 10 organizations were there to show their support, including the co-sponsors of the event, Campus Activity Programming. I caught up with Renee Roberts, a student who participated in the Fireman Challenge.
I think Makeover would definitely participate again. I had a great time. Even though I'm graduating, if I'm around the area next year, I'd love to come back and support it.
About 350 students participated in the event, and more than $2,000 were raised and donated to the Toledo Fire and Rescue Foundation. I'm Desmond Smith with UT 10 News.
I'm Guy Matthews, and this is your UT 10 Sports. Our Toledo Rockets traveled all around Ohio this weekend. Cross country took on the Bowling Green Falcons, and the volleyball team headed east for the Cleveland State Invitational. But first, football kicked it off against Cincinnati Bearcats Friday night in Paul Brown Stadium. Things started off rough for the Rockets as Cincinnati dominated the first half. The Bearcats quarterback, Gunnar Kiel, was on fire as he threw for 4 touchdowns. Cincinnati led the Rockets 41-7 at the end of the first half. In the third, Woodside threw a 54-yard pass to Alonzo Russell for a touchdown, starting a comeback. With pressure on Kiel, Covington and the Rocket defense stopped Cincinnati from scoring at all in the third. The momentum wouldn't last, though, as the Bearcats ended the game with the win 58-34.
We know, 1, what Ball State has done. We know, 2, that it's a MAC West football game, and number 3, I think we look really forward to getting back home in the Glass Bowl. I think all those things are really important as we look back into this week.
The Rockets take on the Cardinals this Saturday at 7 in their conference opener. Down in Bowling Green, the men and women's cross-country teams came out on top in Friday night's Mel Brote Invitational. The men's team got things started with the 8,000 meter. The Rockets led the pack, placing 5 runners in the top 10, enough for a first-place finish overall. The women kept things going. In the 5,000 meter run, Toledo took the top 7 spots, clinching another Rocket victory. Senior Adam Smersina saw this as a confidence builder early in the season.
Take all the positive energy that we can from that and move it on to the next race. And we got a big one coming up. We're going to Notre Dame, so we're hoping to really be competitive there and face some good teams.
The men and women will head to South Bend on October 3rd to compete in the Notre Dame Invitational. The hard work of 2 Rocket football players has paid off. The former walk-ons received full-ride athletic scholarships at the beginning of the fall semester. Senior running back Ricky Pringle was one of those recipients.
Earning a scholarship for the University of Toledo has truly been a blessing for me and my family, as far as just the financial burden that we no longer have to be responsible for.
Senior linebacker Drake Fletcher was also recognized. Both players were chosen by coaching staff, filling the final 2 of 85 scholarship positions on the roster.
Thanks, Guyton. That's it for UT 10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus, bios from all 10 reporters, and my exclusive feature on changes to the operating hours at Carlson Library, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And you can always watch our award-winning newscast on YouTube and Facebook, where you can get caught up on all of your campus news whenever you want. For Lydia Sims, Guyton Matthews, and all of our crew, I'm Nadine Armouche. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.